down up the bros of the brew, where we meet online for a beer and a chat. We invite you to our party. Jersey Joe here in Jersey City, and once again in the box over here is...
Hi, nice.
All the way from Vegas tonight, and you're more than ready to talk about beer, aren't you, Joel?
I enjoy a good old-fashioned beer talk.
Well, we must enjoy a good old-fashioned beer talk because that's the theme of this show. But first, before we get into it today, we're going to play our hashtag of the day game, and today's hashtag of the day is a bad beer. Joel, what makes a bad beer for you?
As Tucker Max calls it, a Cowtown beer. So any shitty beer that's like Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, anything that you can get sick and get a headache from within the first couple times you drink it. Basically, if it's not a craft beer, then it's probably pretty shitty.
Wow, you're calling these companies out brand name. I was not expecting that. Damn.
Yeah, well, make better beer.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, mine's a little bit easier. For me, a beer that's bad beer is a warm beer. It's one of those beers, you know, like it's sat out too long where you didn't get to drink it and it's sat out on the counter. Or it's worse, like in the hot sun. You know, it's like you don't want a hot beer. That's no fun there. But that's what we're talking about today. What is the best way to drink a beer? And it's three easy options. Is it a bottle? Is it a can? Or is it a draft? Joel, what do you think?
You know what? I like the draft, actually, personally the best. The bottle's okay. The bottle's a fine second, but cans are more like if you're like in an emergency mode or if you're throwing a party and people don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite, by the way, is also with you. It's a draft beer from a bar. That to me tastes the best. But the only thing that scares me is, are the glasses clean? Because some bars, you know, do that little dip dunk method. And it's like, is that really clean? I mean, the Board of Health isn't shutting them down, so I assume it's good. But a draft tastes the best when it's properly done. Because there's been some bars here in New York where they don't put like enough nitrogen in the lines and the beer just tastes flat. And you don't want that. Do you ever have that problem in Vegas? Do you ever get like a flat beer?
No, it's extremely rare.
Yeah.
But I worry about like the sanitary conditions of like, I don't know if you've ever watched Bar Rescue or anything, but
oh yeah, what's a great
the
show?
Sanitary conditions of some of the stuff that they have in different places, especially dive bars.
We want to invite our online viewers, by the way, to chime in and talk to us about it. We've got lots of your responses. We should read a couple, right, Joel?
Let's do it.
All right, let's take our first one. Our first one comes from Jason, and Jason says, preferably by pouring into your mouth and swallowing it. Jason's trying to be a little bit of a wise ass there in that comment, but he's not necessarily
Jason's
wrong.
okay with the dip dunk, I think.
Is beer better out of a bottle, can, or the draft? Draft. Why?
It tastes better. It's fresher. When it's in a keg, there's more of it, right? It takes more. It takes longer time for the beer to start to sit and like start to age. Whereas in a bottle or a can, it's smaller, so there's less area, less alcohol, so it's gonna age faster. It's gonna get more. That's what I think.
This is coming from a very, very good source. Fat Nose Alcohol.
I know a lot of hard alcohol. Beer, I know a lot of hard alcohol.
He knows alcohol, just trust me. He's the Bill Nye the Science Guy of booze.
All right, let's go to another one. Chris says, by the way, depends on the occasion. I need a write-in ballot. Chris was voting on our poll, by the way, and we'll have those results at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. And here's one for you. Actually, Joel, it's a great question. Courtney says, in a frosty mug. Do you like beer in a frosty mug?
I can see our audience isn't as picky as you and I are.
Yeah. But why I asked about the frosty mug? Because I remember hearing John Taffer, speaking of Bar Rescue, saying that you shouldn't actually drink a beer in a frosty mug because all that condensation actually ruins the flavor and texture of the beer. I don't know if I believe that because I actually like a cold beer. As I said, I don't like it warm. I don't know. I've never run into that. Have you?
Okay, maybe we're pickier than our viewers, but we're not that picky.
We're allowed to be picky, though. When you have a show called The Brew and you're talking about beer, we have to figure out what's the perfect beer, and I think we almost got it. But maybe we should take a few more viewer responses to find out. So Missy says, quickly. Oh, she's smart with that one.
Quickly, yeah. Yeah, the quicker the better.
She's probably really good at playing beer pong as well. I don't know, I've never played against her, but nor am I going to try. All right, we got one more viewer who chimed in, by the way, and Mike says, comfortably at the Couch Brewery. The Couch Brewery is a brand new brewery, some friends of mine that's opening up actually this weekend in Pittsburgh, and they invited you and I out to check them out, Joel, by the way. They are located at 1351 Washington Boulevard. That's Route 8 for those of you who live in Pittsburgh. For those of you that don't, just Google map them. You'll find out. But they actually created their own craft beer. They've been trying to open this place for years, so I wish them the very best. They've been trying for like 2 years, and they've got multiple types of craft beer they created themselves. So
let's head there on June 15th, 2017, and see if anybody wants to join us. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Wow, that was just a massive free plug. All right. We'll definitely try the place out. But I know you like craft beer, right?
I love it. I mean, the more the better. If you go to a place like the Flying Saucer in Houston or Memphis that I've been to,
Flying
they have
Saucer's
like 200 different ones. I have free plugs all day today. But yeah, those type of places where they have 200 different kinds of beers and you can just sit there all day and sample different ones. Me and Joe have actually gone to the one in Houston.
Yeah.
Houston Rockets.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
But anyway, yeah, places like that, highly recommend. Craft beer is God. I could sit there all day. Okay, it goes baseball, craft beer, sleep, sex, God, family, and friends. And then my dog.
Well, at least we made it somewhere on your list. But all right, craft beer. You know, I like craft beer too, but I don't like these places where it's a bar and it's too like hoity-toity, too stuck up. And well, this is the craft beer we do here. Sometimes you just want that $4 cheap crap when you really had a bad day. But there are some really, really good craft beers out there. And I do like the Flying Saucer, for example, where you can go and sample them. They have a little menu, and they kind of like bring you into it. You know, you learn a little bit about the craft beer, and it's something that you can get there that you're not going to be able to go and buy anywhere else, and that's part of the fun, at least.
Right. It's not exactly the same as just walking into a dive bar and some guy who didn't shower today just slides you something that you don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that we should go to our poll right now, because I know our viewers are hanging on the edge of their seat there, so you've got your bet down, hopefully in time before I reveal the answers, because we want to know what you think is the best way to drink a beer, and survey says 83% of you say a draft, 17% say bottle, and nobody liked canned beer. I agree with you, Joel. I think you called it out because
single person.
Yeah, or it's just like you said, it's that substitute stuff that you have when you're hurrying up trying to scramble a party, or you're trying to hurry up and sit down and drink one before doing a live web show like you just did.
Yes.
So, by the way, I'm not drinking. I'm actually drinking out of a bottle because I don't have a keg here, which would be fun. But I'm actually drinking, speaking of free plugs, Lion Kugel's Watermelon Shandy. I saw this in the store, and I like Lion Kugel's, and I'm man enough to tell you I'm drinking watermelon shandy, and it's not bad because most watermelon beers are pretty awful. But this is something like I'm not ever going to buy again, probably. But one time it's worth trying something different. Like you said, nothing wrong with that.
Novelty aspect.
That's exactly right. Novelty aspect, and it was on sale.
I'm not that guy that's going to get up here and tell you, you're a dude, don't do it, you're a pussy if you drink it.
Yeah.
They're not my favorite, but like Shock Top's a good example. That's one of my favorite beers. They will come out, they have the orange one obviously, but they'll come out with different ones every year.
Yeah.
They're fine to try. Like they're fine. You can go to the store, have one, it tastes good. You're not sitting there because you're babysitting it because you're a pussy. It's just they taste a little bit better. I'm all for it. Even if you're a dude, even if someone says you're not a dude for it.
Well, thank you for making me feel secure in my masculinity as I sit here and drink a watermelon beer. But I find the fruit flavored beers, I like them because they're something different. But also it's something you pretty much like serve at home that most people are going to like. And they're pretty much a big option now. That's like the new thing outside of craft beers. It's fruit beers we just saw here.
They definitely appeal to more people. It's kind of like women, when women drink, they just generally want something a little sweeter than what we like. And so exactly what you said. It's more popular for parties. It totally makes sense. There's nothing wrong with having one if you're a dude.
Yeah, exactly right. There really is no big deal. And if worse comes to worse, you can always run to the liquor store and pick up a 6-pack of PBRs, the old standby, and everybody's fine with that. You just dish those out and they're like, okay, I know what kind of party you're going to be having.
Yeah, or go get, if that's not man enough for you, go get a thing of Jack Daniels and sit in the bathroom by yourself.
But hey, I want to thank our live viewers for dialing up the web show today. Appreciate it, and appreciate your live comments as always. And by the way, there's more beer fun this week on Kicking Back with Jersey Joe, my other web show. This week we're talking about weird booze laws. These are crazy laws that are still in the book across the United States that will actually get you a fine, including the one state where it's illegal to get a fish drunk. That's Thursday, noon Eastern, right here on YouTube. Kicking Back with Jersey Joe. Joel, I hope you've never drank with a fish before.
No, I haven't. Go Rockets, go Penguins, go Super Mario. Enjoy your beers.
Absolutely. Amen to that. And by the way, I have never drank with a fish, but I've drank like a fish. There's your pun for the day. Hey, thanks for down up the web show. Jersey Joe here, Ion over there on the box. Thanks for watching. Chug your beer, Joel, and we'll see you next time.